Visiting the art galleries in Rome brings a special kind of comfort. Within all these exquisite little galleries along the streets, I always discover something surprising. I didn't expect to find that the paintings here are actually all authentic originals by masters too.
This is a painting of the 17th century. The painter is Michelangelo Bridge. And this is an important Roman painting. This painting have beautiful frame.
The frames of these old paintings are also exquisite. The owner told me that expensive paintings must have the right frame to match the age of the piece and highlight its aesthetic merit. Making frames is a unique technique that requires meticulous workmanship, and almost all expensive frames are gilded.
La foglia d'oro, con questi attrezzi che si chiamano prunitoi.
Why do Italians put so much effort into the manufacture of picture frames? It has a lot to do with the way the painting is displayed. In the West, oil paintings have always been displayed in living rooms, halls, palaces, and other public places. They're highly important components of interior art and decoration. A beautiful frame can make an oil painting appear noble and elegant and bring something brilliant to its surroundings. At the same time, the frame is like a window to focus the viewer's attention and enhance the work. The Chinese are also very particular about the framing of their paintings, which are mainly created on rice paper or silk. It's only after the painting is mounted that the full richness of the ink can be brought out. As the saying goes, 30% is painting, 70% relies on framing. The framing of Chinese paintings is highly complex, with a complete set of processes, the main form of which is the scroll. The reason why Chinese paintings are mounted in the form of scrolls is not only to hang them up for display, but also to make them portable. Why? The way Chinese paintings were mounted had a lot to do with the lifestyles of the ancient literati.
这组雕塑呢，所呈现的就是古代文人的一种雅集。这种雅集呢，说白了就类似于我们今天的朋友圈。古代文人不仅能够通过这种方式呢陶冶情操，同时呢就是增进了他们之间的友谊。
For the ancient literati, it was indispensable to enjoy painting and calligraphy. Portable scrolls and paintings provided a convenient way to network and exchange ideas. Like-minded literati would always bring their own masterpieces to gatherings, taking advantage of the atmosphere to create their works together. In the world of Chinese painting and calligraphy, these gatherings still take place.
好，画画是玩的感觉，墨好啊，这字多好啊，画的好，这就是鸡冠子了，是吧？
For literati, participating in a gathering was a source of pleasure. Everyone could use the brush and ink to show off their skills. It was this way of appreciating things that gave birth to a unique form of framing Chinese paintings, the long scroll. The scrolls are also called hand scrolls and were generally enjoyed by scholars at their desks. They're like a film. As the scrolls slowly open, the stories in the paintings are revealed scene by scene.
中国绘画的手卷的这种方式，其实也决定了我们观看的方式。它是近距离看的，放在手上可以慢慢的把玩，它符合我们的这个观看的原理，非常人性化。我正好把这个打开以后呢，正好与我的肩是同宽的。我的视线呢，这样我打开过以后看的时候，你看正好是看到画面的中心，然后眼睛张开过以后，正好把这个看完，就是它是一个场景一个场景看的。当然，这个画呢，在中国卷轴画里面，其实它不是最标准的。那么，真正的中国的卷轴画呢，比如说《千里江山图》啊，这些是任何一段只要打开过以后都自成画，这是中国山水画的一大特点。《千里江山图》，垄千里里边与尺寸之间，你看这个还了得。
The charm of these scrolls is that 1 inch can represent 1,000 miles, creating an exquisite panorama where you can see so far, a vast and ever-changing scene. A unique creation of the Chinese, marking an important stage in the history of world art. Rome is full of ancient ruins. However, there are many little-known secrets hidden among its monuments. Today, in this ancient church, I'm about to embark on an extraordinary journey of discovery.
现在呢，非常激动，因为马上我们要见证一个秘密。这个秘密呢，据说，连罗马人都不知道。Let's go， 我们去看一看。
The secret is hidden in a chamber within the church's outer wall. Not long ago, by fortuitous coincidence, Miss Claudia, an archaeologist, discovered this secret entirely by accident.
It's very wonderful.
Yes, wonderful. Bellissimo.
需要有点光。哇。
È un affresco che finora non ha visto nessuno. Questo affresco è la prima volta che viene filmato da una telecamera. È bellissimo il quadrante che vedi intorno, la decorazione che si rifà alla pittura antica romana, anche il colore rosso. Tutto è di epoca medievale. Il dipinto è datato al 1100, al XII secolo.
哇，这个是非常吃惊的事情。我看到这个画的话，激动的不知道该怎么去表达，因为将近1000年的色彩基本上没有变化，到现在依然很鲜艳、很绚烂。
However, few murals in Rome are so well preserved. In the basement of this church, many murals from 1,000 years ago were almost indistinguishable. I met Susanna, an internationally renowned restoration expert. She's been invited to participate in the restoration of the terracotta warriors in Xi'an, so I'm curious to find out what's involved in her work. Susanna's work looks very tedious and complicated. Not only does she have to meticulously remove dirt and dust from the surface, but she also has to use special materials to repair damage and strengthen cracks in the picture.
"严格说来的话呢，它这个不叫修复，是复原，尽可能的少介入。 不会再有人为的东西给它添加上去，它出来是什么样子就是什么样子，这是他们修复的一大特点。
This work is a great test of perseverance because progress is measured in centimeters.
他们这样的一个工作修复下来就是10年、20年的时间，这是一件非常伟大的工作，它需要的是耐心、爱心和细致。
Only by experiencing it yourself can you understand the dedication of this work. It also makes me respect the unique way Italians restore historical artifacts. I look forward to the reappearance of these frescoes. In the Museum of the Xi'an Academy of Fine Arts, there are many rare masterpieces on display, but you may not be able to imagine what these ancient paintings looked like before. The reason they look so intact is a super team of unsung heroes. This is the Restoration Center of the Academy of Fine Arts. It's here that those precious old paintings are given a new life.
这样的一个手艺很难得，因为你已经干了40年了。40年了。哦。
Zhang Xiaolin is a well-known restorer of relics in Xi'an.
这等于是你这个是一代人一代人，这是第3代人的事啊。
The restoration of ancient paintings requires familiarity with traditional painting and calligraphic materials. A restoration centre is like a clinic where damaged ancient paintings need dozens of procedures, from diagnosis to cure. Most of the restorations here are quite complicated, not only on severely damaged but also incomplete works. Scientific methods must be used to accurately determine the condition, then traditional techniques are employed to repair them. This work requires meticulous attention to detail. If there's even the slightest carelessness, you'll damage them. After removing stains, incomplete pieces should be spliced in to achieve a tight fit. Whether you're reframing or repairing, each process must be perfect. Although the restoration of relics can be monotonous, the team are dedicated to restoring these works to their former glory.
你这个文物修复，我震撼很大。你看上面那个破碎不堪的，我看都是碎片了，是吧？结果最后修复成一个这么完整的一个东西，让我大开了眼界，既保护了文物，同时我觉得你这是做了个功德，感谢，这个确实了不起。
If you want to understand the art of Western sculpture, you must come to Italy. In this land of marble, fine works of art can be seen everywhere, and they're a feast for the eyes. St. Angelo Bridge is an iconic site in Rome, and its statues inspire admiration for the exquisite skill and artistic expression of the Italians. These statues, dating to the 17th century, were the work of the outstanding Italian sculptor Gian Lorenzo Bernini. The posture of each angel is quite beautiful, making each seem alive. For hundreds of years, their vivid expressions have moved everyone who's come here. Although these statues are carved from solid marble, you can almost feel their breath. One can't help but wonder how the cold marble has been given life in the hands of Italian sculptors. In Giuseppe Ducrot's studio, I came face to face with the mystery of sculpture. Many people may not realize that massive stone sculptures all start with small sample models like this.
In realtà non c'è una grandissima differenza tra la scultura, tra le tecniche della scultura classica, antica, romana e greca e quella. È praticamente per affrontare una statua di grandi dimensioni bisogna per forza partire.
But a small sample is merely the inspiration of the artist. It's the marble that really conveys the full life of the work. Western sculpture originated from ancient Greece, where stone sculpture embodied their pursuit of eternity, and the Italians inherited this culture. In the hands of skillful sculptors, cold and hard marble was carved into vivid artistic figures, the sculptor breathing life into them. From the Roman period to the Renaissance, Italian masters of sculpture used their extraordinary creativity to create one golden age after another through the history of sculpture. On the other side of the planet is another world of sculpture. From the terracotta warriors of the first emperor of Qin to the mausoleums of the emperors of the Han Dynasty, the Chinese have shaped incredible things from yellow earth. I didn't expect that in today's Lantien County, Xi'an, a 1,000-year-old temple would present me with yet another surprise.
哇，天哪！哇，第一次进入到这样的一个世界，这么多！我平生第一次见有这么多的塑像在一起，叹为观止。
这里，也被我们称之为叫做第二敦煌。这些精彩的彩塑可以看到唐代的遗风。
The thousands of statues in front of me were awe-inspiring. Chinese clay sculpture has a long history, reaching its peak in the Tang Dynasty. As the birthplace of Chinese clay sculpture, Chang'an sculptures are known for their rich local character and vivid, fascinating shapes. I was truly amazed.
这个难度非常高，对手法的要求非常高，这可不是随便塑的，这个是了不起。
你看他这个形象多生动呢，武士塑像，他用了五短身材，是一种力量的象征。
这个表情做得很夸张啊，神态各异。
对，但都是一种愤怒像。像这种中国传统造像，它很注重哼哈之气，一种是闭嘴的哼气，哼，鼻子就耸起来了，再一种是哈，嘴就张开了，做得很传神。
是啊，两边的这个肌肉都做出来了。
对。
What amazed me even more is that these wonderful statues and pavilions are actually suspended high on the walls, forming a grand three-dimensional space.
这里就是中国彩塑中的一个典范，叫悬塑。
Hanging sculptures in this way requires an extremely high level of mechanical load-bearing knowledge. Thousands of statues and delicate buildings are cleverly interspersed and layered on top of each other, reflecting the vision and wisdom of ancient Chinese craftsmen. These spirits, shaped by clay, like the marble sculptures of the West, form part of mankind's everlasting memory. In Rome, you can find a rare masterpiece from the history of human sculpture. And I came here today to see it. It's the museum's masterpiece, The Boxer at Rest.
La statua è molto importante sia perché è in bronzo, sia perché è un originale greco, quindi è di grandissimo pregio.
This is the first time I've seen this sculpture. I was deeply impressed by its breathtaking form. I didn't expect a bronze sculpture over 2,000 years old could be made so vividly. I was quite astonished by its realistic details. This sculpture shows a boxer who's just finished a fierce bout and is resting on a rock. You can sense from his bruised body the kind of life or death battle he's gone through.
你看他好像是胜利者，刚刚从战场上走下来，浑身冒着热气，而且浑身上鲜血淋漓。我们可以看到一些细节的刻画。你看这个眼睛，眼睛这个地方被一拳打得乌烟青，肿起来过以后有一个裂口，鲜血淋漓。最可怜的是他的这个鼻子，啊，中间被打歪了，中间也被打开了，还有血流下来。再往下面看的话呢？ 看他的这个嘴巴，嘴巴也被打开了。再看这个耳朵，请仔细看，这个耳朵这里好像是刚刚被一拳打开的，这个血液还在流，还在流下来。而在他的眉毛这个地方也受伤了，眉骨被打开了，感觉到这一片都被打得血肉模糊，打烂了。但是这个雕塑家呀，通过一个铜雕，竟然把这个东西淋漓尽致地给它表现了出来。
This sculpture reveals to me a tragic ancient Greek hero. The superb craftsmanship and intricate detailing fully demonstrate the pursuit of realism in Western sculpture. It shows the artist has mastered a high degree of realistic technique and a precise knowledge of human anatomy. Blending art and science in such a realistic and vivid form, this work achieved huge fame through history. In China, there's a great work on a par with it, but in a quite different way. In Maoling Museum in Shaanxi Province stands a famous carved stone masterpiece, the horse trampling on a barbarian Shanu. When I see it, I can't help but feel respect for it. This stone horse is a symbol of the national hero, General Ho Chi-bing. Some people may ask why this stone statue looks so simple and unadorned. After all, it was carved by the craftsmen at the time to honor the Han Emperor's favorite general's war achievements.
十几年没见了，哎呀，总是每次看都会有一种新的感受。十几年前来看这个雕塑的时候啊，就是觉得好，但这次看过以后啊，我觉得震撼人心。 它厉害在哪里呢？好像是浑然天成的，雕琢的痕迹啊不明显，刻画的很简练，举重若轻，寥寥几笔，好像就可以感觉到这个马呀是已经驰骋千里、驰骋战场归来的这个马。
This statue is recognized as a classic in the history of Chinese sculpture because of its simple and solid form and its high degree of artistic simplification. In contrast to Western sculpture, it uses minimalism in pursuit of a more thoughtful approach.
这个是很牛的，眼睛在这里，这一刀又拉一线，这个眼睛就体现出来了。这是马的鼻子，然后这根线一拉，马的这个嘴唇啊，这些结构都给它刻画出来了。所以我觉得这种都是非常传神的，它就是那么顺手一来，好像就是天然的，老天爷长出来这块石头就是这样，不需要我再去一刀一刀的把它给修饰出来。然后这个马踏匈奴，这个匈奴的头在这里，你可以看出来一个被塌下去过有呲牙咧嘴的这种痛苦的感觉，寥寥几笔完整的这个头结构都做到位了。我觉得这个是百看不厌，然后每次看啊，都感觉到震撼人心的这样的一个力量。
The highest realm of Chinese sculpture has been to remove decoration and create something natural. Through the ages, this masterpiece is the most vivid interpretation of the spirit of Oriental aesthetics. Strolling through the streets of Rome, you see beautiful sculptures everywhere. Most of the subjects of these sculptures are nude. I found that from the Roman era to the Renaissance, the representation of the human body was the mainstay of Italian sculpture. You may wonder why. The Capitoline Museum in the centre of Rome has a collection of mostly ancient Roman-era sculptures. These sculptures have one thing in common. Whether it's a mortal hero or a mythical god, they're almost all naked. The Romans seem to have used all their artistic talent to represent the human body, which was synonymous with beauty. Why did the Romans have this aesthetic belief? To answer this, we need to turn to ancient Greece. In the National Museum in Rome, there's a famous Roman marble, the Galatian Suicide, based on the ancient Greek bronze original.
Della collezione del Museo Nazionale Romano, un Galata eroe e la moglie, per non consegnarsi al nemico. E uccide prima la moglie e poi si uccide nel petto la spada.
This statue tells a tragic story from more than 2,000 years ago. It shows how the ancient Greeks used the beauty of the human body to represent their heroes. To the ancient Greeks, humans were the most perfect of all nature's creations, so they reserved the most superior images on earth for heroes and gods, endowing them with strong bodies and well-developed muscles as a symbol of strength. The Roman inheritance of the Greek tradition was especially evident in their portrayal of the female figure. The beautiful curves and graceful physique express their pursuit of the ultimate in human beauty. Although these ancient statues are fragmentary pieces, they still exude an irresistible charm. For more than 2,000 years, stunning human sculptures have been an indispensable feature in Italian public buildings and spaces. Not only the embodiment of the Italian people's free-spirited character, but also a sublime tribute to life. In China today, the art of the body has become a compulsory course in modern art education. Western aesthetic concepts and traditional Chinese art have long been intertwined. However, in ancient China, the function of sculpture was completely different from that of the West, expressing not only art, but Chinese cultural outlook. Buddhist statues are an icon of ancient Chinese sculpture. Their benevolent and serene form were meant to convey spiritual content.
中国的雕塑呢，不是为雕塑而雕塑，而是为了提升人，为了感染人。佛像它的特点呢是以静制动，祥和平静。它是通过这种手法营造一种氛围，引领我们从深层次里边进行一种思想的对话，让我们在这种氛围里边达到提升，进入一种境界。
If Buddhist statues provide spiritual sustenance, other traditional Chinese sculpture is a conveyor of national cultural symbols. The stone lion is a familiar image to Chinese people, no longer a fierce beast. It has a majestically regal form that is a symbol of auspiciousness, good luck and peace. The dragon symbolizes honor and glory, the tortoise longevity and perseverance. The images of these animals have been lent a unique spiritual meaning by the Chinese. The royal tomb sculpture at the Qianling Mausoleum is the greatest expression of ancient Chinese aesthetics. The stone statues standing on either side of the sacred path are elegant, simple, and natural. The dignified manner and solemnity of the statues highlight the sacredness and somberness of the tomb. The wordless monument stands proudly and imposingly. For me, it's not only a solemn monument to China's only female emperor, Wu Zetian, but is also a sculptural masterpiece that symbolizes eternity. It exudes this deep, majestic and tranquil oriental beauty from a millennium ago, which still moves me today.